Happy Friday. I changed up the lighting. Hope you guys had a good week. This is still too close. All right. How's everybody doing? Got lots of questions. Oh my gosh, did you see the meeting that Trump had with all of the tech people? Boy, if there was ever a question in your mind if Trump doesn't smell well. Woo! Zuckerberg's face said it all. One time he even looked over to his right, and he went like that. It was so bad. I mean, it was very wow. It was really crazy. You have to see it. I can't believe you didn't see it. I have to set that up different. All right. So let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Hey, Rich. Card of the day, Way of Positive Change, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. I'm floundering on Blue Sky. If you can find me at Way Positive Change, that would be super awesome. Anyway, just find me on one of those formats and join our group, especially if you're learning. Card of the day is a really great way to learn. And today we have the I can do it, the all-time Louise Hay I can do it affirmation, the name of her seminars. And this is all about positive speech, positive affirmations, knowing that you can get something done, reaching out through communication, doing your vision boards and putting your short-term goals on there, keeping it gradient and then updating them once you achieve those goals. That's the easiest way to get them to work for you. I'm a big believer in vision boards. They work. They absolutely work, especially when you make them gradient. All right. So let's take a look. I have so many questions for today. And thank you so much for posting on the community post. It's not called community post anymore. It's just called posts. Thanks so much. All right, we're going to ask about, and I just want to let you know I have readings available. I have a few readings available in October. So I'd love to meet you and read for you, thewayofpositivechange.com. You can go right to my website. That would be super cool. All right, let's take a look at the economy because the jobs numbers came out. They were not good news for Trump, and they're saying, oh, yeah, well, a year from now. Well, remember when I said it was going to be a year from now that we were going to, I didn't say it. I repeated what my angel said, right? People don't want to hear that. Not when you're struggling right now. They don't want to hear it. Wow, it looks like that kyanite's going to fall right off the table, doesn't it? But it's actually on there pretty well. All right, so let's take a look. I had someone ask about the value of the U.S. dollar. Will it hold its value? So we're going to just go right through these. Will the value of the U.S. dollar hold steady? Will it hold its value? Will it hold its value? All right, let's take a look. Boy, I'm not quite sure how the Supreme Court will have to. Maybe that's about the tariffs. It's going to depend on the rulings of the tariffs. It's about the rules, the regulations, the balancing of things, the fairness, the equality. So this looks tough. Of course, our trading partners aren't real thrilled with our behavior or the things that we've said. the deals that we tried to make. There's a lot of speculation about the dollar going on currently and within the last week or so. Cryptocurrency is the way to go. Maybe that was what they were saying. Here we had it pretty good. It's about the economy. James Carville, it's about the economy, stupid. All right, so if Trump just would have taken what Biden handed him and wouldn't have FO around with it, I sort of said that twice. That's basically what she's saying is FAFO. You do the tariffs, you make big problems, and the people have problems, and the dollar has problems. There are people that will cut themselves off, that don't want our bonds, that won't want to deal with our dollar. Here we're still okay. We got balance, balance, balance. Pray, balance. Ask the angels for help. And someone says, okay, we will do some things with you. Okay. I feel like it's all right. But just like when I read a couple readings ago, looks like there's a little dip. We'll look at the overall economy, but it looks like there's a problem and we're making our own problem. Many times when the high priestess comes up, it's about the secrets or the behavior or going against our better judgment. That could be nutlick. Sorry, guys. When we start the video off about Trump smelling, we're just going to go crazy places. It is Friday, which means nothing to me. I work. But it's a fun day. Friday is a fun day. Okay. And I'm grateful to work. So I feel like we're okay. There will be some trade that comes back, but they're going to have to make some balancing happen. But we're in a mess here. We're hurting ourselves. We shot ourselves in the foot. So this is a self-created problem. And the arrows of others, the swords of others come our way. So there's a dip. These are my 6 months cards, especially this Ace of Cups. There's 3 aces, which shows that there will be multiple meetings to try to prop it up, help it. And so they realize that it's in danger here. Not danger, but not like Will Robinson danger. Anyway, but they will have to pull a rabbit out of their hat. They need the magician card, quite clearly. All right. And we're in defense. So, all right. So the overall economy, what's the next question? What is the economic outlook for the U.S. economy? Is it functioning well? Will it be functioning well? Is it gaining momentum or losing momentum? Is it like a good old train chugging along? I think I can. All right. What happens? What's the economic outlook on the U.S. economy overall? I'm not asking about the stock market. I'm asking about the U.S. economy. We know the farmers are having a hard time. John Deere's down, layoffs, other layoffs. Fertilizer prices up. U.S. economy. Okay, small gains, but younger people feel it the worst. They have some problems, and they do not feel, the younger people feel that they did not, oh, thank you, paperback writer. That's very kind of you. They do not feel that they're getting, that the U.S. has been given good economic sense. The CEO of the Tarot about all money matters and tangible assets is on its side. That is not a good sign. Okay. And they're like, don't look at this over here. Look at this over here. Don't look at the goat. Don't look at the goat. Look at this pretty shiny crystal. Okay. Don't look at the numbers. There's the numbers and the data were already there, and more came in today. Let's see. People are looking for other ways to make income. Global reports. Oops. And then I think this is the trade shenanigans. And people are going to find ways. Wow. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that prices will go higher and there will be ripoffs. Because of the tariffs, then products that aren't even tariffed, there's going to be some people that just don't follow good practice, that are just in for the grift. The grift is grifting. And people are going to take what they can take. And this is taking advantage of others when they're looking the other way and taking from places that we didn't think they were going to take from. This is also trying to outsmart our opponent. But this also, I also feel that there will be a rise in theft. Go figure. Because the economy is at a tipping point, I believe. This is when things just get too heavy to handle, too much to handle. Money's going in all different 10 directions. It means that people can't handle it, right? But some people will not be able to do immediate gratification purchases. This is in the hopes and fears, and that's dining out and then making cuts. So people will be cutting subscriptions, Netflix. Man, I love my Hulu. Don't even go near. I'm just kidding. So people are going to start cutting the cord. So they're going to find ways of getting out of paying for things. And it will, I mean, this is how do you outsmart your opponent, right? The most positive aspect of the cheater pumpkin eater card is turn it around and, you know, share passwords. I didn't say that for entertainment purposes only. Share food, but this is getting out of costs. This is finding ways to trick them back, right? And people are just going to say, I've had it. I'm not going to go to Mickey D's. I'm going to make my own sandwich. I'm going to actually do some prep work on Saturdays and Sundays. I'm going to cook ahead and I'm going to butcher my own cow. No. Well, that's what it feels like sometimes. You gotta do your prep work. Get your food put together. All right. And people are going to talk about it. And they're just going to cut. To me, this means we're just not going to support you. We're not going to buy your products, and we're going to cut your services. So that's what this means. And that means that the CEOs will not profit either. Okay. So that looks tough. We survive. We're all right. It isn't catastrophic. It's just people are going to do what's necessary and make some drastic cuts and start playing outside more, having more block parties, you know, where everybody brings a dish. All right. Let's see, where's the other? Oh, I had one more big economy. Then we're going to ask about Epstein's, Trump stuff, Poland. Okay, Alina asks, will California, Oregon, and Washington thrive as they join together in trade and healthcare? That's one of the questions. Will California, Oregon, and Washington state thrive as they join together in trade and healthcare? Because they're going to work together, and that's what. So that's another way of working around. How can you outsmart the other people, the grifters? There's power in numbers. So will California, Oregon, and Washington state thrive as they join together in trade and healthcare? Oh, God. Well, the bully is here. So how can you get away from the bully? The challenge is to form new alliances, new coalitions, new alliances, bargaining. Now, Trump will try to stop that, or Licknut will try to stop it, or what's the financial dude's name I can't stand? They're going to try to stop it. The bully will try to stop it, but it's mostly bluster. There's one big attack here. Woo! But they succeed. They need to keep pushing forward. They better pack their lunch and eat their Wheaties, get some extra Java. There's a fight. The energy comes in, changes in the air, makes a big impact card of the day. And with an extra wand, woohoo! We not only have all 4 aces on the table of the magician for our magical tools, then we get the big speaking stick, right? Extra magic, extra wand. Okay, so this is huge. This is a big yes, but they will do everything. What is that economic dude's name? It's not Witkoff. Doggone it. Anyway, California, Oregon, and Washington will do very well. The bully will try to put a stop to it. Beset. Thank you, Beset. All right. And then the bottom of the deck is the Fool. So it's almost as if they're saying, just go ahead and try to mess with us. They will. There'll be a big fight against them doing anything separate. You're not helping. You're only supporting yourselves. You're just making all kinds of problems. So anyway, withdrawing from the U.S., you're not being a partner. They'll try to blame it, but it doesn't matter what they do because they will succeed. Okay, now the next question is, and they have to start something new, and they have to take a risk with the Fool card, right? So then Alina asked, will Canada and Mexico play a large role in their alliance and their success? And I think Canada already said they would work with Newsom, right? Oh, right. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Joe Schmo. Freddie. All right. Will Canada and Mexico play a large role in the alliance and success with California, Oregon, and Washington state? We got some really good, stick around, you guys, because we got some really good questions with the Fs. Okay, so the bully will try to block. That's not allowed. You can't do that because they butt their nose in there. So they have to fight through. They have to get maybe some legal help, or they just have to fight their way through the bully. They have to look for the loopholes. Look for the helpers. Don't fear the smelly one. All right. Progress. Patience and persistence pays off. It takes a little while to make it happen. They have to close the mouth of the orange one. You have to keep going, keep going. They get shot down first. Somehow you can't do that without the rest of us, or you're succeeding from our country, or whatever you're doing. So they try, but this is big success here. These are giant. And it looks like it's not going to be so great. And the bully could even threaten Mexico and Canada. But we're all happy when we're all helping one another. So this is really awesome. I love it. And so it doesn't look like it's huge in the beginning. And of course, we have a problem with the bully. But then it starts to advance. The strength card and the chariot card take a little while to get that momentum going, but it's good. It's good. I'm really liking that, and I love this. And again, the Fool card. All right. Okay, dokie. All right. All right. Now, let's go ahead and ask Gemini Deb's question. Why did Trump meet with the leader of Poland? Is Russia going to make a problem for Poland? Let's just ask, will Russia make a problem with Poland? Because we know that he's there to try to make a deal. Will Russia make a problem with Poland? Yes, I get that there's threats, there's a problem. Oh, that's a good question. Will Trump try to stop Virginia Giuffre's book publishing and release? All right, let's ask that. Poland first. Okay. Wow, that Fool card coming in a lot. I just think they're going to try stupid stuff. Russia is already making a problem with surveillance. They're using, I feel like they have stepped into part of their land, or they're surveilling or something right there on the border. This goes up and down. They're really taking risks here. They are going to make a problem for them. And this is a specific area where there's a building or an outpost. Border, something on the border, or building, outpost. They may even say, oh, we made a mistake. Oh, we had an accident. We didn't mean for that thing to go over your way. So yes, it is a problem. Okay, unfortunate. So pray. And our prayers for quite a few of the people that were in that CCOT jail, the gay hairdresser or makeup expert, cosmetologist, and El Brego, they're back home. They're not safer than safe, but prayers work. So remember to join me 2 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. Prayers work. Remember, we thought they were going to die in there. We thought they would be unalived. Okay, so we asked okay, we'll do a hurricane question because there's some scary stuff out there. Okay. Now let's look at, I've got a really good question on, there are many faith leaders and pastors like Doug Pagitt that have formed the Vote Common Good force, and they have 5,000 fellow church parishioners and churches that have pulled 5,000, you guys, 5,000 churches that have pulled together that feel that Trump doesn't, way he talks about religion or MAGA just doesn't fit their values, and the treatment of immigrants is poor, and they don't like that. They just don't like a lot of it, and they really want all people to be treated fair. So this vote common good are targeting Republicans in the white evangelical voters group and the white Catholic voters group as Republicans. Will this continue to grow? And we kept getting the Hierophant card every time we ask about religion, actual good people of faith that come together. Will it topple Trump's administration? There's an angel card. So will these 5,000 and growing faith leaders that get together with actual Republicans that don't feel that Trump is doing well, or any person of faith that they can see, will that topple Trump's regime? Got some really good questions here. All right, it's okay. There's so much pressure then. There's so much pressure then that the regime starts to feel it, okay? Because it's over the top. And combined with the Epstein stuff, it's over the top. You're hiding it. You're not coming out with it. We don't believe in you. They're going to really work and pursue this. They have a lot of, this would be Catholic because of the dove and the wafer and the communion cup, if you look at it that way. These are some very good ads that come out. We already saw one ad that came out that was very good about that Jesus gets us, and it was very bad about, Jesus was an immigrant. I feel that this will be very helpful. I really, really do. I feel like there's going to be a lot of outspoken people. There'll be rallies, and so I feel like this is good. I think it's very, very helpful, especially with that and this on its side. The Trump administration will feel sad that they've lost a lot of these people. This is losing. When the 10 of Pentacles is on its side and you've gone over the top over here, you either spent too much money, you're face planting, or something's not working. All right, let's turn to Arizona for you. Ask, when will this Trump nightmare end? When will it end? I'm telling you one thing, people are not going to sit next to him at the table anymore. If they're going to have to wear nose plugs to give him praise. I doubt Zuckerberg said anything because he probably was having to gasp for air. Can you even imagine? If you haven't seen his face, you must see his face. It was really telltale. Oh my goodness. It was like Feinstein's was. Remember the Feinstein face when she got a horrendous whiff? Sorry. All right. Arizona for you wants to know, when will this Trump nightmare end? The year was up. The year was up in August, or it's just one whole year of him, of his. My angels haven't told me anything else. I did have a dream. Oh, thank you, JC. I did have a dream that a lot of us were in a car and we couldn't find the brakes. But then we went to a place to get, and there were very helpful people there, and we got brakes and we were able to stop the car and drive the car. So I felt like that was good. We might feel like there aren't any brakes, but we get them. Okay, so now I feel with the littles here, I feel like there's going to be quite a few people that cut that MAGA cord over what happened with the and their beliefs. All right, so, and especially hearing Trump say this is a Democrat hoax. There were two of the survivors that spoke out that said they were registered Republicans. Oh my gosh. Okay. Don't be sad. There's 2 cups coming. Remember, the 2 cups that are standing upright is when we all work together. All right. So this announcement, this written paper, rules, safety guidelines. Freddie Todd's in the chat. So this is Freddie's card. He's the Knight of Pentacles. Well, he's the king now, but he was the Knight. Okay. So anyway, this is the security guard that comes up. This is when they seem like they're going to wreck the economy and real estate falters, the market falters, and the safety guidelines are starting to fluctuate. Emotions start to go high, and then this stuff about the military, we are going to ask about Chicago. All right, we've got a 6. So let's go with 6, the 6th of a month, which is tomorrow, or this, but this usually takes a little bit longer here. The 6 days, 6 weeks. Not going to say time. No, I'm not going to say that because that's. And this is a 7, so we got a 6, a 7, and a 10. So we've got to be really close. Let's ask. Let's just ask. Are we close to the end? Are we close? This feels like it's going to take a little bit. It's when the economy and travel and the people who spend money in our country. So it's all about the economy. And it's all about karma, too. And it's about friends helping friends. Okay, so is it soon? Is it soon? Hey, Teresa. Are we almost there? Is it almost over? Arizona for you asked, when will this Trump nightmare end? Is it almost over? Are we almost there? Are we almost there? Now we have a 4. Hold on. He's trying to hold on. Oh, he can't do his regular duties, and the government is not working with him. And I'm telling you, Melania threw some stinky stuff out that window. She's having to help him. Someone's holding her feet to the fire. Did you see her? She was not happy. And she had to smell that. And she did not smile. Woo! And I feel she just didn't look good. I'm not going to say what I think she's doing, but I just don't feel like she's in good health. I don't think she's taking good. All right, so the tower is upon us right now. So there's stories and things, and the mask comes off. The lightning cracks, and the facade comes off the building. All right, and then when the people decide that they're not going to support the corporations that are price gouging and the grifting, and the breaks they're happening. So we're close. We're close. I think there's more shockwaves here. They don't know what to do. I think there's more war problems here too. I'm very pleased with this reading as far as are we getting closer? And are we close? Because I like it that the emperor is on its side and their regime, their authority is on its side and challenged, and they're judged, and there's more shocking news. But all of these swords are, relatively quick in the tarot. So we've got to be close. Because pentacles and cups take much longer. Swords and wands bring the energy in much more quickly. So I would have to say with all of this, there's some big decisions here, and I think we're really close. Thank you. You guys, so partay this weekend, partay. Share with your neighbors. All right, now, Epps. There were a lot of questions on was it Katie Jackson? So that was alias, AKA Katie Jackson, right? Or Johnson. So that wasn't her real name. That was an alias. So will we learn, Katie Johnson, will we learn more about the then 13-year-old Katie Johnson, who had filed a lawsuit against Trump, but then dropped it after being threatened? Will we hear more about her? Will we hear more about the younger female that went as Katie Johnson? Oops. There's a man in her life that that she's listening to. Katie Johnson. Will we hear more about her? From her? Well, she's feeling confident, and that's really wonderful. She had a hard time, and people had to help her. She didn't allow anyone to help her at first, but she's made her way. It was terrible. It was heartbreak. She was separated from family. She felt like a beggar when she asked for help. She's okay. So whatever she's doing undercover. Okay. She has spoken to some of the other females, but she doesn't want anyone to know who she is. She wants to remain anonymous. Victory after adversity. She's so sad from the past, but she isn't giving up hope. But it's really hard for her because it was so sad. But she isn't giving up hope, and they will help her with those Two of Cups. But this is very difficult. She's not ready to go public or anything like that. And I think that we know about a certain attorney that may have had more to do or knowledge about that whole deal, and I'm not going there for entertainment purposes only. All right, so then we asked, is she working with other, let's just see if we get a more definitive. Is she working with other Epstein survivors and victims? Is the person who went with the name of Katie Johnson, who was a victim of Epstein and Maxwell. Boy, she was really something, right? Man, she was, wow. I feel like she was worse because many of them would not have wound up where they were had she not cast her net or put out the bait. Okay, I do feel here's something of communication. There's one lady in particular. Okay. All right. She's spoken to them. They're trying to help her. And she also feels that she has to get an attorney. So that's probably what maybe she's doing right now. If she hasn't already. But this is a definite yes. How she chooses to communicate. And it could be strictly through an attorney to another attorney for one of the other people. Okay. Now, special lady asks, will the names of the clients or any of the affluent people of Maxwell's and Epstein's, their lists, their names, will they be made to people who the younger people were brought to or sent to or used services? Will those names be made public soon? Will those names be made public soon? Hit the like button, you guys, and subscribe if you're new here. Help other people find our light worker community. There are new people finding us all the time, thanks to you. Well, the names of all the people that helped Maxwell or worked along with Maxwell and Epstein. You know, there were security guards even, there were drivers of cars, there were a whole bunch of other people, cooks, there were a bunch of people that knew what was going on and they were complicit. So, all right, so they're working on it. And did you hear that one Department of Justice employee was on the hot mic and he said, well, let's just keep the Republican names redacted and release all the Democrat names on the list? For real? Do you really think? Man, I'm so glad they caught that. Boy, some of them are really saying you must not, you cannot do this. And this means there are movie stars, right? There are people who are very much were in the limelight, are in the limelight, and people that were just doing bad business with keeping people trapped. There's a big fight. There's people, look, they're fighting even amongst themselves. They're so busy trying to get this stopped that they're trying to one up on the other people on how to stop it, or we'll just release their name, don't do mine. They're trying to hold on. They're trying to say, I'll give you money. I want control over this. I want you to keep this private. They're holding on. It would be good if the survivors could get money, get paid for the biggest story and split the pot. But they want their safety too. They're concerned. They have fears. All right, will it come out? There's so much money involved in this. Looks like it's... Yes, there are many people working on this. A bunch of people working together, consultations. And the Three of Pentacles, this is a good card where all the people are facing each other to solve a problem or an issue or how to put a building up or add a new wing or any kind of, it's a good Mason's card. So when it's in its positive light, it's very helpful. And there are many people working towards getting this. So yeah, I'm getting a yeah there. Yes, yeah, yep. Saying it's time. It's time. But hopefully they can get some funds for them for their trouble. That would be nice. I don't think that's mandatory. I mean, I don't think that's uppermost on their mind. I think they're just feeling better and being heard and being avenged and the truth. Okay, so let's see. Will the survivors / victims, will all of the women work together to make their own list and put it out there? Will all of the women work together to prove their point, to get to the truth, to bring it to the light, to release the names? Will they all work together to release the names? Because they know. All right, they know it's a chance, but nothing is gained without first taking a risk. They have to have proper legal representation. They're weighing up the pros and cons. They feel encouraged, enthusiastic. They've had a meeting. They're speaking. They feel like we can do this. This card has come up a lot today. I feel like we're getting closer. It's a 7, and on a scale from 0 to 10, we're at 7. They want the light to come out and be shown, and they want this over. Happy birthday, everybody. Treat every day like it's your birthday. The partners, they especially want the partners, the people who helped. And they want healing. This is the Raphael healing angel here. There are some that will not commit to this, or they say, I'll help you, but I'm not putting my face on TV to do this. And that's the card that we got for that Katie Johnson. So, will they release the names soon? Let's ask if they'll release the names soon. The girls, the ladies. I feel like it's there, just some will not. Some are too afraid for their own family. Maybe they don't feel like they have the resources. All right. Will the names that helped and promoted Epstein and Maxwell's circle of heinous activities, will the names come out? Will the girls do it? Will they release it soon? Will they put the names together? We should ask about Giuffre's book too, because that was a good question. Okay, they know it's a gamble. They know the government will try to go against them. I feel like they're trying to make some sort of legal approach first to try to go through the government first. But they know that, Trump's, he already said. All right, here's these Pentacles, Page of Pentacles are things that are written, right? Tangible aspects. And this is moving forward. They're hurt. It's painful. But they want it for healing. They're going to do it. They have to have the Department of Justice is going to try to stop them. So I feel that this is the time of Libra, which we're getting closer to because of the scales there. So justice is trying to get in the way of them doing anything, trying to block them. So now we have to ask if they'll be successful. Will they be successful? Will the Epstein Oversight Committee members set to view unredacted documents from the Epstein estate next week? There it is. There's some good news. Partay. Okay. Will the girls be successful at getting past government and Department of Justice to release the names? They're afraid. They are afraid. There's the rules. I think they're actually just going to have an attorney represent them and say, if you don't do it, we're going to do it. So you can do it. You can do it first. And if you don't, if you make a fool out of yourself, then we will. That's what I feel like they're saying. Okay. Will the Justice Department or